What's up, everybody? What's good? What's good? Uh, I used to grow cannabis for like personal use. When I used to smoke weed, I used to grow weed. I had a nice garden going of hemp plants um, the year before last. And I've told the story before. I had a nice garden. I had about 5 plants. They were just super nice. I was doing organic fox farms with molasses in the soil. They're doing really nice. And then my next door neighbors, they put up new floodlights that stay on like 24 hours. And that was right when those plants started to go into flower. It was right around um, like late August or something like that. And basically that caused the plants to just re-veg and re-veg. There's nothing I could really do about it. I tried blocking it and everything. There's nothing I could do, so I ended up having to just pull the plants. But that is one of I said on my last live, growing cannabis and having fish tanks is like one of the two most therapeutic things that somebody can do. Honestly, it's extremely relaxing, extremely stress relieving. So I definitely I have some growing experience, and it's something that I love. And when I'm able to, again, I'm gonna do some serious growing. I want to do some serious breeding. That's actually my one of my main goals is when I'm able to start growing. I want to breed. I want to make new crosses and new genetics to share with everybody, because I feel like that's something that's being really stagnant in the hemp world. There's not enough people that are breeding. Um, and just even if we're not talking about pulling in outside like type 1 genetics and crossing them into type 3, people could be crossing more type 3s with each other, like how um for example, the Oregon CBD stuff, the sour brulee and the cake berry brulee, those actually come with some really nice terpene profiles. Those are actually really loud, but they have no gas or no kush, but they have these awesome like tropical fruit, like artificial like candy fruit flavors. And so if somebody were to just take those and cross those with like a OZ kush or something, like a lemon octane or something, you would have this awesome like exotic type, like type 1 smelling flavor. And just not enough people are doing that. The reason why too is that pretty much almost everybody who grows hemp, besides a few people, like they're just growing hemp. They're just growing it, and they're not breeding it. Most people aren't even pheno hunting. Pheno hunting is a new concept for most of the hemp companies. Obviously you have people like Tyler from Belief, or I think Holy City. Holy City does, they pheno hunt, and I think they do some of their own crosses like the Cosmic Kush. Um, but just most places are just, they just buy seeds or they buy clones and they just grow it. More people need to be breeding. I never tried Flo's Mac 1. I haven't tried that. I haven't tried anything from Flow Gardens since the OG gelato, which was my favorite thing I ever got from Flow Gardens. Mitch said, "What's up, fam? Question for you. Still kind of new to CBD. Was wondering why I feel high if I smoke quite a bit. People say you can't, but I beg to differ. Yeah, it's CBD type 3. What is your definition of a high? Because CBD flower definitely gives you a buzz. You definitely get a nice buzz. You can definitely get a head change. You definitely can feel physically relaxed, tired, sleepy. Eyes feel heavy. You get cotton mouth. A high doesn't, for me, a high isn't until I lose control of my thoughts and my brain just goes off on its own tangent, no matter what I do, and then that causes me to physically feel it in a way I also can't control. And CBD flower doesn't do that. So I've seen people call a CBD buzz a high, or like, oh, I get a little high. Um, I feel like that's damaging to the CBD world. Just you get a little buzz. Um, you feel a slight cannabis buzz. Like I say, CBD flower is like beer, as where marijuana is like liquor. Luis said, does CBD really help you medically? Of course it does. I don't have any sort of like terminal illnesses or major pains or anything like that. But for any sort of medical issues that I could have or would have or have had, CBD flower is absolutely helpful. Cannabis, not just CBD flower, but cannabis in general. I'm an advocate, especially for medicinal reasons. I'm an advocate for cannabis across the board. Marijuana, type 2, type 3, RSO, tinctures, whatever it is that you need, whatever helps you, because not, obviously not everybody can handle THC. But cannabis is people, there's an anti-cannabis people, or even like the in the middle crowd, and they'd be like, oh, people have to realize that cannabis isn't some miracle cure. Cannabis absolutely is a miracle cure for many things. All right. It's I feel like if you believe in God, I feel like if God really did, if God exists and he really did selectively place down species of plants and animals and stuff, he absolutely put down cannabis for us to use as a medicine, and not just as a medicine, but as a medicine, because I feel like even people that use cannabis recreationally are still using it as a medicine. It's making them feel better, and even if it's making them feel better just up here, that's still medicinal, right? If you like to smoke high THC flower because you like to get high because that makes you feel better, that's medicinal. It's helping your mental health. So absolutely, cannabis it helps everybody medicinally. Violent Beat said, what is a good company to buy CBD pre-rolls from if you're new to CBD? I don't recommend pre-rolls usually, unless I've tried them myself or I've seen, what's inside of them. I can't give a strong recommendation for pre-rolls because a lot of pre-rolls from most companies is like they throw in like trim, or like just, most companies throw in trim, as where like if you come to like California, you go to a dispensary and you get a pre-roll, most of that pre-roll is like shake, or there's small flower that's actually ground up. But I found that with hemp, most of the pre-rolls are made out of trim. I would say just start off with 1/8 of some flower. If you don't want to spend a lot, you're just trying to like get acquainted to it, go to somewhere like an outdoor place like Horn Creek or Elihu, something like that, and get yourself like a cheap little 1/8, try it out, roll yourself a couple joints and see how you feel. Wondrously said, nice, man. I'm currently growing a type 2 1-to-1 ratio Gushmans. Yeah, there's a company here in California that grows that strain. It's called Glasshouse Farms. A lot of people know about them. Glasshouse Farms has the Gushmans 1-1. I can't handle 1-1, otherwise I would have tried it already on the channel, because that sounds like that sounds like a delicious strain. Gushmans, that sounds fire. Holy City Farms is type 3. Holy City Farms is type 3, but Holy City Farms does have they started they started growing and crossing some type 2s. By the way, y'all, because I know you're gonna ask, I'm smoking. I know you can't see this. Oh, I can't even adjust the focus. This is the blueberry waffles, which is a pheno of Godfather OG, and this is from Stony Branch Farms. Okay, this is the nicest thing they have. That Godfather OG is nice, but this blueberry waffles pheno, it goes to another level. All right, it's super super nice. I did a video on them like 2 weeks ago, maybe. Um, I would definitely say it's definitely the best that they have out of the strains that they have to offer. And if you're interested, I do have a coupon code for them, where you could find all my other coupon codes. So that's what I'm rolling up right now is the blueberry waffles from Stony Branch. Armando said, "Hey bro, I suffer from panic disorder. Weed made me paranoid. Any strains I should look for?" You should absolutely be looking for hemp. It won't give you that paranoia or anything. It has very low psychoactivity, but you also get all of the benefits of cannabis without the psychoactivity. These days, when people say if they're looking for a strain in general, I just recommend like some kind of like a Kush or a Kush cross. You can't go wrong. From any vendor, it's gonna smell good. It's gonna taste good. It's a good introduction to hemp. Just get a nice Kush, like a lemon octane or a Bubba Kush, critical berries, OZ Kush, anything like that from any reputable vendor. It's gonna be a good quality and a good introduction to hemp flower. But obviously with hemp, it's still cannabis. So you have your sativas, you have your indicas, and you have your hybrids. So if you like it, you get into it, you'll find what strains are best for you. Y'all, this blueberry waffles is fire. I didn't stress that enough, and if I didn't stress that enough in the video, trust me, it's fire. I want to try Abacus Kush from Flow Gardens. That sounds like a really nice strain. Abacus, when crossed, I found that Abacus does way better when it's crossed with other things than by itself. It has a terrible name, though. Paris said, I have a panic disorder as well. Type 3 indicas like Bubba Kush, OZ Kush, Wedding Cake, Royal OG. Yeah. Yep, those are all indicas, and those are definitely good. Y'all, if you're watching this, you could do the channel a big favor. If you don't have the Temu app downloaded on your phone, if you go to my Temu video and you use my link and you download the app and sign up for the app, you just literally just register and sign in. They give me a $5 affiliate reward just for that. You don't even have to buy anything, just for you downloading the app and signing in. So if y'all want to help out the channel, go use my link and just go download the app and sign in. That's all you got to do. I do recommend buying stuff on there. They got a lot of good stuff. But if y'all just want to help out the channel at no cost to you, it's gonna take like 2 minutes of your time. Just use that. Or if you already downloaded the app, I have my code in the video description of the Temu video or on my website. It's AFC 73717. I think you just type that into the search bar on the app, and it'll show up as that I recommended you, and that helps the channel greatly. So if y'all want to help out the channel, just do that. You don't, like I said, you don't have to buy anything or anything. It's not I'm not looking for a commission on sales or anything. I literally get rewarded just for you downloading the app and signing in. So if y'all have free time, just go do that. And I do recommend shopping on there too. What brand do you recommend for CBD? Oh, it's 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 Cuck. It's Cuck. It's Cuck. If you've been watching my channel for a long time, you should know. You should know the good companies. You should definitely know the good companies. Right now, Beliefer has really good stuff. Five Leaf Wellness is always good stuff. If you want to go cheaper outdoor, you got Elihu Farms, you got Lost Oak Farms, um, Horn Creek Hemp, Arrow Leaf Hemp. Um, that's like budget outdoor, and then like Diesel Hemp has really good budget ounces, really good quality. Like they smoke fire, and they're really good price. Have you tried dadgrass? You know what's crazy about dadgrass, y'all? If you don't know what dadgrass is, go look it up when you get off the live. Um, I've been looking at. I was thinking about buying a quarter zip from dadgrass and making a video on it just because of how ridiculous it is, y'all. So I haven't seen pictures of their flower recently, but last year I saw on Reddit somebody posted a picture of flower that they got from dadgrass. It was terrible. Terrible. It was just straight biomass. And dadgrass charges, it's $90 for a half ounce. And of what's like some bulk outdoor. $90 a half ounce. That's $180 an ounce. That's more expensive and that's more expensive than Flow Gardens. And Flow Gardens is expensive. They're overpriced. Um, so I was thinking about when I have more money, when I can afford it. And the shout out to all the patrons on Patreon. They provide a huge. They're basically the financial backing to the channel. They allow me to, if I want to try out a new company, or if I need to buy a new memory card for my camera or whatever to record video, I use funds from Patreon. I might use Patreon funds. I'll have to see how my Patreons feel about it. Um, and I might buy some dadgrass and to roast it, really, because I already know you get this little tin. It's such a gimmicky thing, and dadgrass, they put all their money into SEO and advertising so that people who are unaware, where they're new and they're like, oh, legal cannabis, they're gonna hop on it and buy it. They don't realize that you could buy an ounce of indoor hemp flower fire, or like something from Holy City Farms, for the same price for a whole ounce, way better quality. So I might do a video on dadgrass just because I see dadgrass as like they're getting really popular. And like I said, they're not popular because they have such good quality or anything. They're just popular because they spend a ton of money on marketing. They spend a ton of money on ads, running ads in like High Times magazine. They're running ads all over Google. Their SEO is really good. So when you type in hemp flower, dadgrass pops up. They're doing really good at that. So I'll probably do a dadgrass video eventually. I'll use some Patreon funds, and I'll buy like a quarter ounce little tin can from them, and I'll roast them like a Thanksgiving turkey on the channel. Let me roll this blunt, y'all. Hold on. And lately, yeah, I've been smoking more blunts when I'm on the go, just because rolling joints is more time consuming when you're in the car and stuff, and rolling blunts is so much faster. Let me know while I'm doing this, y'all. Type in where you're watching from, what country, what city. You don't got to be specific. I don't need to know your whole address, but yeah, let me know what state you're in, what city. If you're international, that's even better. Is it just me, or do blunts not like to stick together like they used to? Wow, this blueberry waffles breaks down so, it looks so exotic. It looks so exotic. Mitch said, "Thanks, bro. I definitely feel extremely spaced and not in control of my thoughts, and things start to go in slow motion, just like when I smoke Type One. This just ain't as intense." What strain, Mitch? What strain have you been smoking, and where'd you get it from? Maybe you accidentally bought a Type Two. I know you said it's a Type Three, but you never know. Amagam said, "I bought the Crafty Plus you recommended is great." Oh, that's dope. Yeah, the Crafty is great. The Crafty is great. I actually got a new vaporizer, a dry herb vape, new brand name one. I'm gonna be checking out on the channel soon, y'all. A good. Well, I haven't tried it yet. I haven't recorded the video yet, but it's supposed to be a good, budget-friendly, entry-level vape, kind of like the Planet of the Vapes one and stuff. And remember, y'all, if y'all are in the market for dry herb vapes, you want the Planet of the Vapes 1, you want the X Max V3 Pro, you want a Crafty. If you're going to buy any of those, just make sure that you use the link that I have. It does give the channel a commission for the sale. So it helps out the channel. It doesn't cost you any, it doesn't raise the price on you or anything, but they give me a commission on the sale of the dry herb vapes from Planet of the Vapes, y'all. And I do recommend them, though. Just totally beyond that, though, the POTV one, the X Max V3 Pro, those are both like $100. Really good if you're just new into dry herb vaping. And then obviously the crafty sells itself. So if you want any of those, I have a link for those in my landing page and on my website. Average man, yo, what's up? Nothing much. We just been talking about flour. I'm rolling up some blueberry waffles from Stony Branch Farm. That's nice. That's nice. All right, Sam said, "Oh, average man, you're working on a hemp lounge. That's dope. If you live in like the Midwest or like the South, I'm sure that'll pick up way better than out here. Out here, nobody's interested in CBD in California." Sam said, "Hi Shabazz, how's your take on GMO strains? I was looking for a CBD flower like that, but for pain relief in the back." Yeah, diesel hemp. Hold on, y'all. This is my thing, right? Cannabis and coffee. Well, lattes in particular. Cannabis and coffee. That's all I need. I got my Cash App in my video descriptions. Y'all ever want to buy? Y'all ever want to buy your boy a coffee? The Cash App's in the video description. Diesel hemp, Sam. Diesel hemp has a garlic breath. That's a cross of GMO and Abacus Diesel. It's really good. Last time I checked, they had a whole zip for $40, and I got a coupon code for them, so it's like 30 something dollars. I recommend that, Sam. It smokes good. The effects are strong. It's from like last year, so it's not the most fresh flower, but for the price, you can't beat it. And it's a GMO cross, supposedly. Lewis said, "How do you pick which hemp flower is better for you by the high cannabinoids, or you're trying to say cannabinoids, or the brand?" First off, I think the most important thing to me is that obviously it's a type 3 strain, so that's the first qualifier. If it's high in THC or anything, that's automatically disqualified. And then the terp profile and the quality are the second quality. That's like the second thing. If I establish some flower as a solid type 3 is not going to get me high, okay. And then I got to look at the quality. Is the quality good, and does it have a terp profile that I'm desiring? Because you can have some bomb indoor lifter and it's good quality, but I don't want that terpene. I don't want to taste that. I don't want to smell that. So um, once I have the terpene profile, the quality that I want, um, then I just kind of go from there. And some strains I'll like more than others, but generally, if it looks good and it smells fire, I like it. It's just going to depend on, do I like it in the nighttime? Do I like it in the daytime? Is it something I'm going to use to go to sleep? Is it something I'm going to use in the morning? You know, sativa indica hybrid type thing. Malal Crawl says, Cajun blessings from Bayou La Fourche. Hey, shout out to Louisiana. Shout out to my Cajuns, my Creoles. I talked about this on my last live. One on my dad's side of the family, both his mom's whole family and his father's whole family were all from Louisiana. All right, so I got Cajun Creole blood running through my veins right now. So major shout out to you. Minority Reporter said, what's the best CBD auto flowers? Are you looking for seeds? If you're looking for seeds, autoflower seeds, I'd say go to Hoku Seeds. He has some autoflowers, and then Multiverse Beans and Seedsman Seeds have some high CBD autoflowers from Europe. Virgilio Rodriguez said, check this out, y'all. This is what Virgilio said. He said, you should do a combined review on JK Distro, Black Tie, and Flame Train. That's wild, Virgilio. You trying to start something crazy. You trying to cook something up. You trying to stir the pot, Virgilio. That's crazy. I have to throw Secret Nature in there too. Oh, and a rete too. That would just be like I said. It'll be a roast session. All right, it's gonna be like a Peking duck on a Chinese house's Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Just roast it all around. You know. It's Quuck said, I currently use Holy City Farm. Holy City Farms is definitely a reputable company. RP's 13 said, yeah, Dadgrass prices are insane. Yeah, their packaging is their packaging and their advertising and everything, it's catchy. And it's called Dadgrass. If you look at their website and everything, the fonts that down to the individual fonts that they use on their website and their ads, it's meant to catch the looks of dudes who like grew up in like the 60s and 70s. That's why it's called Dadgrass. They are definitely catering to middle American, middle-aged men of primarily European descent who used to smoke like Mexican weed and like Thai sticks and stuff back in the 70s and stuff, and they used to keep it in the little tin containers and stuff. That's who Dadgrass is going after, and that's why they package it like that. That's why they use the fonts like that, and that's why they're priced like that, because they're trying to take advantage of a certain demographic, the legality of hemp, and they're trying to get that nostalgia factor in there. Chris said, I'm watching from Pennsylvania. Shout out to Pittsburgh. Shout out to Philadelphia. Shout out to Scranton. Wilsonville, Oregon. I'm going to Oregon. I think I'm probably going to Oregon later on this year. It's going to be something super dope for the channel. That's all I can tell y'all. Tacoma, Washington. Shout out to Washington. I went to Seattle 2 years ago. I love Seattle. That was fire. It was my first time being in Washington State. Love Washington. Beautiful, y'all. Washington Seattle was so crazy. You'll be in the ghetto and drive 5 minutes away, and there's like this Alaskan Pacific Northwest river running through the city with dudes salmon fishing. Pristine water and these huge coniferous pine trees and stuff. And then just a couple blocks away is like somebody's hood tagged up on the freeway. Seattle was crazy. Amagam said Atlanta, Georgia. Shout out to the ATL. I've been to the ATL a few times. I even was considering moving there at one time. I love Atlanta. I have family that live down there. Lewis said Orangeburg, South Carolina. Okay, from the Carolinas. That's not too far. A few hours drive from Atlanta. Let's see. Eli said, I got a zip of Beliefer OZ Kush for $60. I swear every nug looks different for some reason. So the nugs look different, Eli, because what Beliefer does is Beliefer, they grow out a bunch of different phenotypes of a certain strain, and he mixes them all together. So you're gonna get some purples, some bright greens, some more frosty, some less frosty, and he just throws them all together. So you kind of get a mixed bag of all the different. It's the same strain, it's just different phenos. And yeah, OZ Kush has a few phenos. OZ Kush has a bright green and frosty. OZ Kush has like what looks more like a Girl Scout cookies, like a darker green and purpley pheno. So I just had to buy a new vaporizer because my old one died. It's from the company called, I've heard of Pulsar, I never tried them. Fresh fish down in coastal Louisiana. Oh yeah, lots of good fish. I love me some frog legs. I love me some alligator. I like rabbit. I love me some scrimps. Crawfish, man. Give me a good old crawfish boil. Give me some gumbo. And I cook all of this too. Dr. AE said, any word on Type 3 dropping? I've been watching his IG, but he hasn't posted a single update. From what I understand, Type 3 is waiting for their packaging to arrive in bulk from the manufacturer. I think. Because I think that the first production harvest of his strain or his cut that he's going to be releasing, I'm pretty sure that's done or close to being done. When Type 3 is going to drop, y'all, I'm going to drive out to Vegas and be there for the drop. Oh, there's a train. Lewis said, Holy City Farms is some great outdoor strawberry cake. Holy City Farms is actually, they're actually greenhouse, but technically they're indoor. Holy City Farms flower is grown in an indoor greenhouse, if that makes sense. Basically, it's indoor setting, but the roof retracts to let light in naturally. It's technically indoor, but it's indoor greenhouse. It's indoor house. It's green door. Mitch said a wide variety from Believers. Haven't tried the legendary Banana Mac. I know it's mixed with a Type 2, but they got Type 3 out soon. The legendary Banana Mac from Believer is super fire. It's easily like, I think that legendary OZ smelled really dank and funky, but honestly, I think the legendary Banana Mac has the best terpene profile. I love it. It smells like just some classic. It smells like classic, like a classic Type 1 Kush strain. It smells really good. And yeah, when he drops the all Type 3 batch, I highly recommend it. Make sure you use my coupon code. Ag Life Farms. So Ag Life Farms, y'all, keep in mind, the Pink Pixies is Bubba Kush from Zoe Therapeutics. Pink Pixies, that's not, they had me fooled at the beginning. Pink Pixies is not their proprietary strain. Zoe Therapeutics sold them the clones or the seeds or whatever directly. They grew them out and renamed it to Pink Pixies. Cassidy said North ATL here. I got family in the North ATL area, Johns Creek, Alpharetta, the rich areas. I've been there, I stayed out there. Connecticut, that's what's up. I've never been to the East Coast. Oh, Young Punk, Nathaniel from Canada. What's up? Yeah, you finally got on the live. Y'all, Young Punk, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce his name. He's on here. He's from Canada. He's been a loyal follower to the channel for years. As far back as I can remember, at least the last like 3 or 4 years. And he's all the way up in Canada. He can't even get all the stuff that I show on the channel. Major shout out to him. It's Quuck. Me personally, I think the strawberry cake from Holy City is better than the Cosmic Kush. I don't really care for the Cosmic Kush that much. I've tried several batches of it. It just smells. It smells way too much like sour space candy. There's basically no Kush in there. Like all of the Kush characteristics, they bred them out. It's a gassy sour space candy. The strawberry cake I definitely prefer. AB said, I want to try the mango abacus. Yeah, all those abacus crosses and cuts from Diesel Hemp are really good. I haven't even tried all of them because they got like the chocolate diesel. They got a bunch. I've tried the garlic breath, strawberry diesel, abacus diesel, insane diesel, spec diesel, and spec 7. The spec diesel and the garlic breath and the strawberry diesel have been my favorite. Oh, Greg, I just answered that. I think I haven't tried. Greg said, what's your favorite? Greg said, for those of y'all who are going to watch this when it's over, I know you can't see the comments, so I got to read them out. Greg said, favorite Holy City Farms strain, smoking on some orange glaze from them. So I haven't tried Holy City Farms in a good while, as y'all know if you watch the channel. I haven't tried Holy City Farms in like over a year. I think like the beginning of last year is the last time I tried them. And I know they have a bunch of new stuff. I haven't tried it, but my classic favorite strain from Holy City was the strawberry cake. Grace said, what's been the most clear-headed, flavorful flower you've had? That's a good question. If you want to talk about absolutely clear-headed, that terpy white from the terpy white CBG from Atlantis Cannabis Co. It has a decent flavor. It has a nice amount of terpenes for CBG, and that's definitely clear-headed experience. Young Punk said, how come some companies can ship internationally and some can't? They just choose not to. There's no... there's no... there's nothing that's allowing some companies to and some can't legally. Just some companies choose to. It's a risk. Whenever you ship a lot of flower that's shipped internationally, it seems like just from what I've seen, probably 10% of it is lost. It doesn't make it across customs. And then it's scary because you're talking about international, you don't know how other companies are going to perceive it. You don't know what type of criminal actions could come down on you. So for just some companies, it's just not worth for most companies, it's not worth the risk or the cost, because shipping internationally is expensive too. And it's also extra work too, because when you ship internationally, you have to go to the post office here and you have to write a declaration for every single different package. So just imagine like the big companies shipping internationally, they're going to be there all day writing declarations for all these packages. So just a lot of companies choose not to. Shout out to the ones that do. They're willing to take the risk. Gatsby said, "What's up, bro? What's up, Gatsby?" M. Bill Hannon said, "What are the best CBD flowers for anxiety, focus, and sleep?" That's all over the place. Without the high, all CBD flower is gonna be without the high. So you can start off there. If it's a Type 3 CBD strain, you won't get high. For focus, you might want to try a mix of CBG and CBDV strains for focus. For sleep, you want a good indica, like a nice Bubba Kush or something like that. Gatsby said, got a couple of ash catchers from Timu. That's dope. Remember, y'all, I said this earlier at the beginning of the live. You can help out the channel a lot by just using my code or my link and downloading the Timu app and signing in. You don't have to buy anything. They give me affiliate credit just for you downloading the app and signing in. So if you want to help out the channel, take like 2 minutes of your time. It don't cost you nothing. You don't, like I said, you don't even have to place an order. Just use my link and download the app and sign in. They give me affiliate credit. So yeah, you could do that now. Do that when the video's over. That helps out a lot. Dr. AE said blueberry is my fave from Holy City Farms. Very indica. Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all, I'm back. My bad. That was unplanned for. Somebody said the police. No, it was actually my kids came up to the car and stuff, and they were making a racket and asking questions and stuff. Um, I don't know what type of BS they're about to say, so you know. But no, it wasn't the police though. Um, the Dr. AE, the blueberry from Holy City. I tried that when they first dropped it. That's one of those flavors that, again, it's lacking any type of gas or kush. And I know some people detect like it has a little bit of a little bit of a gassiness in it. But if supposedly that is a high CBD cross of the blueberry, the DJ Shorts blueberry. But obviously, in order to make it CBD dominant, they had to cross it with a hemp strain or a high CBD strain. And that washed out all of the dankness. Because if y'all know about blueberry, the original blueberry you could buy on the street, it's skunky. Oh my God. It smells like blueberry. It smells like artificial blueberries, kind of. It's skunky. It has this deep skunk. It's not really gassy, but it has this deep skunkiness to it. And the blueberry from Holy City, it doesn't have that skunkiness. It might have a little bit of a gassiness to it, but yeah, to me, a good blueberry is like a skunky blueberry with a little bit of gas. So that was my issue with the blueberry. But yeah, definitely a nice indica. It just needs more work. Again, that blueberry, and I'm just handing out game for free if any vendors are watching this or anything. But that blueberry from Holy City, that needs to be crossed. Holy City could do this themselves, but they need to cross that with like a Bubba Kush or something. Well, actually, Zoe would have to do that because Zoe has the like the official rights to the Kushes and stuff. So, it would be dope if Zoe Therapeutics could like collab with like Holy City, and they cross that blueberry with some Kush, and they make like they could turn that into like some dank blueberry Kush, and it wouldn't be obviously a direct cross of type 1 blueberry Kush into hemp, but it would still be blueberry cross with Kush. It would be a nice type 3. It would be a nice type 3 blueberry Kush. That would be fire. But this is what I mean. This is why I say whenever I start growing, these are the things that I'm gonna work on myself. It's just it's not getting done. And it's something that when you have two stable type 3 strains, the work to cross them is it's not a lot of work, put it like that. It just takes time because you have to grow seeds, you have to get a male, you have to get a female, then you have to impregnate that female or pollinate the female with the pollen from the male, collect the seeds, and then grow those seeds to flower again before you even get a usable harvest and look for phenotypes or anything like that. But it's much less work than trying to cross a type 1 into type 3, because then you have to go generation after generation after generation until you get a cross that retains the terpene profile and characteristics from the type 1 that you want, but while having high CBD and little THC. Hold on, y'all. I'm just trying to find a different parking spot, somewhere maybe a little bit more secluded or something. That's why I'm driving around. I'm not on the street driving though, because I know I don't got my seatbelt on. Always wear your seatbelt. But no, I'm just trying to find a different spot. Spizzot. Let me see. The Fruity Pebbles from Beliefer, it's Quuck said, I don't know, it's Cuck, it's Quuck, I don't want to call it. He said, "What do you think of Fruity Pebbles from Believer?" The Fruity Pebbles from Believer is it's really nice. It really smells like Fruity Pebbles for real. And there's another strain called I named it and I can't remember the name of the strain. It's called Kush Loops. Kush Loops from Zoe Therapeutics. I named that, and that really smells like Fruit Loop cereal, 100%. Like it literally smells like you just cracked open a box of Fruit Loop cereal. But the Fruity Pebbles from Believer, it's not as dank and funky as other legendary OGs because that's a legendary OG pheno. It's not as dank and funky as that, but it's nice. It has a really nice terpene profile. Smells really nice. It looks nice. It's sticky. Smokes pretty good. It's good. It's just it's not the loudest or dankest thing. But if you're interested in a strain that smells like Fruity Pebbles, then that's the right that. Dang, lady, you took the best spot in the house. All right. Let's get back to. Okay, JAD Shadow Dog said, "What's the top 2 best bang for your buck strains I can get right now?" If you go on Diesel Hemp, the Diesel Hemp website, check if they have the garlic breath and the strawberry diesel. If they still have that for $40 a ounce, you can use my coupon code and get that down to like 30 something an ounce. And those two are absolutely the best that you can get for that price. Nowhere else. Not even, and that's greenhouse flower. You can't even beat that with any outdoor growers. You can't beat that. 30 something dollars. I would just say, you on a budget, just get a zip of each, and you'll be cool for like the next, I don't know how much you smoke, but you'll be cool for the next month or so, maybe 2 months. That's what the hell. Nathaniel said, or Young Punk said, "You got the username right. That's dope." I'm wondering if you got that name, or if that name has anything to do with what's his name? What's his name from the movie Blow? But the real guy, Young. His name's something Young. What's his name? I know one of y'all are gonna remember from Blow. The dude's real name, Young. Anyways, that dude's a legend. R.I.P. to him. Truth is more important. Said, I have Cherry Zaza THC right now. So you have Cherry Zaza marijuana. Okay, that's dope. That's dope. 165 Hertz TV said, just got my first order from Clutch City. I got the side piece number 2 and High Chew. That side piece number 2 is so good. Nice buzz. Yeah. The High Chew leaves a little bit to be desired from Clutch City, but the side piece number 2 is that's a phenotype of Bubba Kush from Zoe Therapeutics. By the way, I believe I forgot which one. That's like Bubba Kush number 66, maybe number 77, possibly number 42. It's not 59. But that's what side piece 2 is, that pheno that Clutch City grows. It's one of the Kush phenos from Zoe Therapeutics. They do it justice though. It's really nice. Has a nice taste to it, nice effects. The High Chew though, the High Chew, the terps on that were just too lackluster. I know a lot of people didn't care too much for the latest Clutch City drop, unfortunately. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't nothing. It was nothing crazy. Mitch said, the Fruity Pebbles from Believer is absolutely fire. Probably my favorite strain ever. Such a great terpene profile and very potent. Tyler knows what he's doing. Yeah, like I said, the Fruity Pebbles is really nice. It smokes good. Has a nice smell and taste. It's not loud. It's just missing that loud factor. If it was loud, if the terpenes were more dank, man, it would be definitely like in the top ranks. But it's missing. It's definitely missing some volume. Lewis said, "What do you think about Colorado breeders? Are you talking about Colorado Breeders Depot, the company? Um, if you're talking about Colorado Breeders Depot in Colorado, they I've had some of their flower before. I had their purple Urkel. It was it was actually really good for the time that I had it. That was like almost 3 years ago. So for that time, it was really good. It was just a little bit harsh, but the problem I have with them is that I feel like they rename a lot of stuff, and as y'all know, that's one thing I really don't like when companies do. I don't like when they grow out like some Oregon CBD or some Kush or a Hoku or a High Alpine genetic, and they rename it. Like, I don't like it, but I only tried one of their strains, and they had a questionable past before that, so uh, I'm mixed on Colorado Breeders Depot. It's Quuck said, "I love using a dry herb vaporizer. I feel I get more flavor from the flower than when I smoke it." Of course, when you use a vaporizer, you get all the flavor. And not only do you get all the flavor, but you get a different dimension of terps. So I noticed on a vaporizer, if you take something that's really dank, like a Bubba Kush, like a side piece or a legendary OG or something, you get more of that dankness, like that's kind of skunky, chocolatey coffeeness stuck in your mouth when you smoke it. But when you vape it, you get all of the other things from the terpene profile. So you get, more of the sweetness and just more of the other little minor terpenes that are in there. Um, um, but yeah, vaping definitely gives you a brighter flavor and access to different terpenes for sure. That's why a lot of people prefer drier vape. The problem though is that I don't get good effects from vaping. I gotta smoke like in my crafty. I gotta do like 3 whole chambers full to get the same effects from smoking a joint. Oh, my nose is starting to itch again. Jess said, "You don't know when that flower is going to come out that you showed, Burner." That's a Zoe Therapeutics, and I he was supposed to have dropped his retail direct to consumer at the beginning of the year. That didn't happen, and then he was supposed to do it again like a few months ago. That didn't happen. Like I said, I think he had like the part of his team that was supposed to be in charge of that, it fell through. I don't know. I don't know the details of somebody's business, but I do know that is a part of Zoe Therapeutics' plan. They're definitely intending to go retail and everything. It's just a matter of getting it together. So hopefully sooner rather than later. And also, because I recommended Zoe Therapeutics genetics to so many people before this grow season, there are definitely a few farms and indoor growers that are doing Zoe genetics. Okay, so that strain in particular that I showed Burner, we're probably going to see it here on the channel like towards the end of the year, whether it's from Zoe or whether it's from somebody else that bought the seeds from Zoe. Wade in the Water said GBO from Flow Gardens is great sativa, clear-headed and super tasty, skunky and creamy. I don't know if you mean something else. I never heard of GBO. It's Quack said, "Does anybody know how the CBD from Beliefer comes? I live in an apartment and the packaging needs to be discreet." Yeah, it comes in a regular brown box. It's food saver sealed, so there's no smell or anything. So yeah, it just looks like you bought whatever. You can't tell. Violent Beats said, "So if you are new to CBD, which company would you recommend and what strain to start with? Plus, is Dadgrass?" Somebody asked about Dadgrass. This is what I mean, y'all. This is why I say I'm gonna do a video on Dadgrass. It seems like they're joining the ranks of like Tweedle Farms and stuff, and CBD Hemp Direct, just with absurd prices. Okay, so Violent Beats, what company? If money's not an issue, and not to say that it's expensive, but if you don't care, if you're not on a budget, I would say go order some of Beliefer's stuff. If you're on a budget, um, go order from like Elihu Farms. That's what I would say. And then a strain, like I said, a good strain to start off with is like a nice Bubba Kush or a Bubba Kush Pheno. And is Dadgrass a good company? No. We talked about Dadgrass earlier in the live. Absolutely not. Uh, Not that they've done anything or stolen money or anything. Dadgrass just offers like mid. They offer mid flower. Like last time I saw pictures of it, it was like terrible bulk outdoor with a terrible machine trim, and they want they want $90 a half ounce. So no, I absolutely do not recommend Dadgrass. Even if Dadgrass is like the most fire stuff ever, they want $180 for a zip. No. Wade in the Water said, "I've been mixing it with Type 1 sour bananas I got from Black Tie." Y'all really buy weed from Black Tie? Hey, no disrespect intended, but it's just like Black Tie itself is just a shady company, and then to buy your weed from Black Tie, like if you're gonna risk buying weed on the internet and risk that package is getting to you, and they might be watching it or tracking it or something, I don't know. I just feel like I'd have to go with something a little bit more reputable than Black Tie. Grace said, "Do you plan on doing a high alpine genetics flower review?" Absolutely. Absolutely. I can't say too much because that's why people pay for the Patreon. Um, but yes, I do plan on that. Two Fab said, "You look baked as L, my G." I'm not really baked. I got a nice little buzz from that blueberry waffles. And if y'all weren't here earlier, I smoked a blunt of this blueberry waffles from Stony Branch. This is the best thing that Stony Branch has. So if you want to try out this company, I'd highly recommend this. Um, Beautiful flower, nice terpene profile, and I do have a coupon code for them too, so you could get save a couple bucks. But that's what I was smoking earlier. I'm not really baked. I have a cool little indica hemp buzz. Dakota, what's up, Dakota, y'all? That's Dakota. He's a patron on Patreon. Special shout out to Dakota. He said, "I have all your notifications on, but it never notifies me of your lives. Happy to finally catch one." That's crazy. I don't know why that would be. I have no idea. I don't know if there's separate. Yeah, I don't think there's like a separate notification for it. I have no clue. I'm glad you're here though. I'm glad you caught this. Some of y'all are having a whole conversation in here. I don't even know what you're talking about. Zach Attack said, "Shabazz, what do you think about hemp flower with very low levels of CBD and average around 0.3% THC? The way that low CBD wouldn't wait, that way the low CBD couldn't counter the low THC. Is this being worked on?" Uh, no, I don't think that's being worked on. When there's people that are trying to get into like the 30s. There's people that are right now trying to get CBD levels up into the high, like 25 and up, and to try to get that crazy 30-31% CBD. Simply because obviously with type 1 flower, if you go to dispensaries and stuff, you could get some stuff that's like 30-31% THC. um if you purely use CBD flower for medicinal reasons, like you need a large dose of CBD, that's great. But if you use CBD flower for I don't want to say recreational, but if you use CBD flower purely for the effects of it, that's not good. But that's why they have like type 2.5 strains. They have type 2s. There's something for everybody. But no, I don't think anybody's trying to get super low CBD percentage to not counter that point 0.3, because there's not that much hemp flower that actually is just 0.3 total THC. They're all 0.3 delta 9 THC, but most hemp flower has between 0.5 and 1% total THC. Michael said, do any really skunky type 3 strains exist that you know? The skunkiest type 3 would be the most skunk. There's not really anything that's super skunky, but the most skunkiness that you will get is gonna be from like a really dank, like Bubba Kush, like the Bubba Kush 66 outdoor from Elihu. It has a really like dank, nasty kind of skunkiness to it. Also, the Royal OG from Elihu has a little bit of a skunkiness to it, and those are both Zoe Therapeutics genetics. We don't have anything that has any sort of like fruit and skunk, or like mint and skunk, or sour and skunk. The skunk is, we got Kush and Gas down and fruit flavors, but skunk hasn't really, nobody's really solidified that and made its way, put it into hemp genetics like that. But if you are looking for something skunky, I recommend like that Royal OG or just a nice dank Bubba Kush. That's the most skunk you're gonna get. Miss whatever said, I really want a perfect daytime strain, uplifting, energizing without spaciness. You should try a CBD V strain like Pine Walker or Vitality or Forbidden V. CBD V, you're looking for a nice sativa effect. Oh, let me check my phone battery. Okay. If you want a nice classic sativa effect that's gonna be good for the daytime, it's not gonna make you feel sleepy or anything, go for one of the CBD V strains. And you could find that, who's growing that? Lost Oak Farms has some CBD V. Who else? Maybe Horn Creek has some. But yeah, you want the CBD V. It's Quuck. So the first pronunciation you said was correct, not the cuck one. Yeah, that's why I said I don't want to be calling nobody a cuck. I don't. That's crazy. Jess Medina said you should make a strain and call it Stink Wrinkle. That's funny. That would be funny. Hey, Stink Wrinkle's a legend. Again, hey, y'all, he's still silent. He hasn't messaged me. I almost feel like at this point in time, Stink Wrinkle will be watching all the videos. He might be on here right now just laughing. He thinks he's Batman or something. He got to keep his identity secret. But I messaged Stink Wrinkle. Like I told you, I've messaged him. I've DM'd him. He don't respond. And he's there. Like, he's been on the Patreon for a few months now. And he keeps subscribing and stuff. But I have no idea who he is beyond that. So shout out to Stink Wrinkle. And if y'all seen, there's some new Joker that joined my Patreon, and his name is Rink Stinkle. So that's wild. Josh, so what? Josh Sobelman said, "Did the Akira concentrate almost send you to the hospital? How did you come down from that THC high?" So I had talked about in the video I did. I tried one of their concentrates. I tried the I think I tried the blue meringue, and that's like 25% THC and like 40% or 50% CBD. And yeah, that was horrible. It didn't almost send me to the hospital. Because thank God there was that big dose of CBD to counteract the THC, but it was still horrible. I still got high. It was not fun. To counteract that, man, you just gotta take. I have some CBD isolate mints. I chew a couple of the mints. I drink water. I take deep breaths. You got to do breathing exercises, because what most people don't realize is that when you have a panic attack when you're high, or you get paranoid, it's actually caused because you're holding your breath. Either you're holding your breath, or you're taking too shallow breaths, but almost all the time it's because you're holding your breath. And y'all know what I'm talking about, especially if any of y'all who used to be stoners before. When you get high as hell, you will sit there and you'll realize like damn, like I didn't breathe for like the whole last 30 seconds because you're just so stuck on a thought. And when your brain gets deprived of oxygen, your rationality starts to go out the window. So that helps. Do breathing exercises. Keep taking deep breaths. Get as much oxygen to your brain as you can. That will help with the intrusive thoughts. And try to distract yourself. You got to do something entertaining. You got to watch something, or play like a video game or something. Work on something, mechanic work, whatever it is that you do. Do something that's going to hold your focus, and make sure you're taking deep breaths the whole time. Try using some CBD isolate. Drink water. But absolutely, if it's too bad to where you are just scared that your heart's going to explode, if you got to go to the hospital, you got to go to the hospital. It'd be like that. But definitely try to calm yourself down, and just know that panic that comes on, that is a THC peaking, and it doesn't last that long. All right, that panic, I'm not saying that you're gonna have a good time after that, but that terrifying, horrifying panic that comes from THC, that's only gonna last you maybe 20 minutes. That's when the THC sets in and it's peaking. And then after that peak sets off, after 15-20 minutes, then you start on the downward slope. And then the downward slope is its whole bag of worms, or can of worms too, because that's when you start with the paranoia. You don't feel like you're dying anymore, but you start getting these terrible thoughts, and you start thinking about like, damn, like what if I go blind, or like anybody could have cancer and not know it right now, or like, yeah, what if the cops are about to kick my door in? What if I go to work and get hit by a bus? Like that for like a cool 45 minutes to an hour, you're going to be thinking these terrible thoughts. And then you're going to feel sleepy and get the munchies really bad. That's the whole unfortunate process of getting high to somebody who is THC sensitive. Cosmic said the Royal OG from Ellie Who is dank and gassy. Absolutely. The Royal OG is very dank. AFM said the name was George Young from the Blow movie. Is it George? Well, yeah, that's who I'm talking about. AFM said, what's one of the best low THCA flower? What's the THC? I mean, if you want low THC, that's what CBD flower is. That's what type 3 flower, hemp flower is, if that's what you mean. Chris said, I got some live resin 2-to-1 CBD THC carts on their way from Akira Botanicals, hoping for a nice balanced high and terpy flavors. Yep. Which ones did you get? They only have a few. The best tasting one is a banana cream pie. That one has a little bit more THC. I have the. Do I have it? Yeah. Right here. This is the pink lemonade from Akira, and this one's like, what's this one, like 15% THC and like 40% CBD or something like that. Um, this one, the effects are better because they're a little bit less dangerous, but the taste on the banana cream pie is way better. It tastes like dank flour. Dakota said, have you heard anything more on Type 3 launch? Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. I believe, as I said, I believe that Type 3 is finishing up with or has finished their production run of the flower that they're going to be releasing. And I think they're just waiting on their packaging from the manufacturer, because they're going with all custom glass jars with their name printed on it and everything, designed, everything. They're going for really premium packaging. So I think that's taking some time to be made. But Type 3 is definitely, and I was saying too, probably when Type 3 does launch, I'm gonna drive out to Las Vegas for the launch. But Dakota, you and everybody else on Patreon, you guys will be obviously updated first on anything, on any developments. Mr. Glock said, hate the way bud tastes when it's not ready and still fresh. Yeah. Yeah, uncured cannabis smells and tastes bad. Definitely want You definitely want flower with a nice long cure on it at the right temperatures and humidity levels, so that you get a nice amount of stickiness to it. You get all of the terpene profiles, you get all the flavor. Dr. AE said, I wasn't too impressed by Godfather OG or the blueberry. Not that it's bad, but it doesn't seem super strong effect wise, and like you said, it smells like straight up cat piss. The Godfather OG from Stony Branch, yeah, it smells like straight up cat piss. The blueberry, to me though, the blueberry waffles, to me it smells like blueberry waffles with like a little bit of gas on it. It's not super gassy or super dank, but it definitely smells like some like Eggo blueberry waffles with a little bit of gas. And the effects aren't super strong, but they're good for me. Not all the time do I want like a super heavy indica that's just gonna have like my eyelids low and stuff. Sometimes I want just a more mild indica effect. Texas boy said, I drink looks refreshing. Oh, I think he's trying to say about my drink. I was drinking it's gone now. That was a cinnamon dulce latte from Starbucks. He said it's been 105 in Texas for like a week. Couldn't be me. Nope. I'd be like a bird. I'd be migrating for the summer, but instead of going south, I'd be going north. Couldn't be me. Even though it sucks because up in Canada they got them forest fires. Nobody can breathe right now, but I cannot stand the heat. To me, it's too hot here in LA. I live in LA, and everybody raves about the weather, but it's still too hot. I need like Arctic conditions, like I need like Denmark weather, or like southern Chile or something like that, like it needs to hit like 70 degrees max in the summer and cold for the rest of the year. I'll be happy. I hate heat. Can't stand it. Lewis said, is the CBD oil as good as the flower? Do it give you the same benefits? You mean like a tincture? When you say, is it as good as a flower? Is it as enjoyable? No. I really enjoy flower because I enjoy the act of seeing the flower, breaking it down, rolling it up, smelling it, smoking it, and then the effects at the end is kind of like I don't know. That's your destination, but everything else is the drive, and I like a nice scenic drive. And when you use an oil or a tincture, you kind of take it. There's no experience, right? You swallow it or whatever. You swallow the tincture and then you wait, and like an hour and a half later, the effects hit you. It's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like you're going on a road trip, or you're going on a flight or something, and you just go to sleep. You don't see nothing. You fly over the Grand Canyon, mountains, whatever. You're just asleep the whole time. You wake up when you land. That's what the tinctures are like, and I like the journey. So they do give you the same benefits for the most part. Some of them aren't as strong as flower, though. Dr. AE said, hopefully not a dumb question, but why is CBD flower seemingly so much harsher than type 1? That's not a dumb question, and I'm happy to answer it. The main reason for that is two reasons. The first reason is that most of the people that are growing hemp have little to no experience with cannabis before hemp. So they're just straight up, they're just not as good as growing it, drying it, and curing it as people with more experience. The other reason is genetics. Hemp genetics are weaker. Oh my God, what are you gonna do? Hemp genetics are weaker, and they have less terpenes. So when you combine the less terpenes with the fact that hold on, y'all. Sorry. When you combine the lower amounts of terpenes and everything, and resin, combine that with inexperienced growers and insufficient cure times and trim and everything, that's why it makes a harsher smoke. Tuck and Roll said, what is the best THCA flower out right now? Listen, y'all, if you're on this channel and you don't know, THCA flower has nothing to do with hemp. It has nothing to do with CBD. It is not hemp. It is not CBD flower. It's technically not even legal. THCA flower is marijuana, okay? These companies buy marijuana by the pound. They get it tested without decarb, and then they sell it online, and they call it hemp to try to like fool the authorities, okay? I don't mess with weed. I'm THC sensitive, so I don't smoke marijuana. I don't deal with this, so I can't tell you who's got the best THCA flower. The best THCA flower, aka marijuana, is going to be in your local dispensary. That's where the best is. Just everybody involved is taking a risk when you're ordering weed online, and just, yeah, you already know. Jay Lion said, you ever smoke CBD wax? If you're talking to me, of course. I review concentrate on the channel pretty often. Jay Lion said, exercise helps like a motherfucker when you're after you smoke. Those paranoid thoughts are torment. You know what? That's crazy. I never tried like doing like some physical exercise after I smoke and see if that helps with like the paranoia and panic. I might have to try it if like I ever accidentally get, too much THC or anything. Josh said, thanks. Yeah, I found that a couple Xanax usually will help if I get like that. Have you tried anything from Sun Drenched CBD? It's outdoor grown. Um, yeah, I've tried Xanax like once or twice in my life, and it wasn't while having a panic attack. So, but I definitely heard that, obviously, and that's obviously what Xanax does. That's what, the effects it has on your brain is it stops those intrusive thoughts. It just melts you and makes you feel like everything is okay. So I've never tried anything from Sun Drenched CBD. I never even heard of that. Jay Lion said you got to scroll to see your recent. I answer everything as I go down, so I'm not going to scroll. I don't want to just scroll all the way to the bottom to see the most recent, because then I'm gonna miss everything else. Dr. AE said, did you get your hands on any of that Gengar OG from Believer? Not yet. The next package I get from Believer should definitely have some of that Gengar OG, because I hear that one's really good. Chris Henry said, I got the Forbidden V 1:1:1 CBD V cart and Mango Mountain 1-2 released recently. Okay, yeah, those Forbidden V carts, they don't taste as good as the other ones, but they do have really nice sativa effects. So if you're looking for the nice sativa effects, that's definitely the way to go. Mr. Glock said, what is Type 3 and who is making it? Type 3 is a new brand, or a new company / grower in Las Vegas that is getting ready to launch his retail flower. Type 3 is the name of the company. Special Needs Christian Rapper said, hell is hot. Oh God, not this guy again. Not this guy again. Dude, this dude was trolling on here last time. How do I mute him? Oh, sweet Jesus. Michael Dean said, I was a heavy stoner for years, and the panic started setting in a couple years ago. That's what brought me here recently. And I learned to breathe steady, but don't breathe too much and hyperventilate. Yeah, you don't want to hyperventilate. Josh said, come out to Phoenix this weekend, a cool 114. Nope. No, thank you. Nope. It was like 70, like in the high 70s today. That's fine for me. That's beach weather. I'll go to the beach, relax, get a tan, and come home and sleep with a fan on comfortably. Any hotter than the high 70s, I don't want no part of it. How come Believer says I have to pay a $1.25 to have it shipped in a box? No, it doesn't make it more discreet. It just protects your flower from being crushed and like flattened, because his flower comes in Mylar bags. I didn't know he was charging extra for the box. Maybe if you're ordering just a small amount, because you can't, if you order a certain amount, they can't put that in like a shipping bag. But yeah, I recommend it though. I mean, that's unfortunate. That's I didn't know that. But use my coupon code. It'll for sure take off. It'll for sure cover the expense of that, putting it in a box and more. If you're gonna order from Believer, use my coupon code and definitely get it in the box though, because you don't want your nugs to arrive to you flattened. That's terrible, and they probably will if you don't get a box. Dakota said, going back to your response on the harsher part of CBD, is that also the same reason there is not really any CBD flowers that burn white ash? The white ash thing is bro science, all right? I know a lot of people swear by it and everything, but there's been no evidence to find that cannabis that burns with white ash is any different or better. Like, there's nothing chemically or anything that like scientists have been able to find. That's pretty much just a myth. It's bro science. It's like just it is, okay? It's bro science. There's no actual like evidentiary backing to cannabis being cleaner or something with white ash. Some people say that if you don't flush the flower, it won't have white ash, but I've had plenty of flower that was flushed and organic, had no salts or anything, that did not have white ash. That's not an actual thing based on fact. Yvonne says, I smoke CBD and I swear it gets me high. Again, that's an issue of what is your definition of high. If getting a little couch locked, feeling a little bit stoned, getting the munchies, your eyes feel a little bit heavy, if that's your definition of high to you, then okay. But compare that to smoking like 25% THC marijuana strain, and you're feeling like you want to call 911. That's high. I wouldn't say that anything that CBD flower does to you could be accurately called high. It's Quack said, what's your coupon code? My coupon code for Beliefer, I believe, is just Shabazz in all caps, I believe. My coupon code for almost every company is either Shabazz or like Shabazz 10 or Shabazz 15. So but all of my coupon codes, it's Quack. All of my coupon codes, if you go to any of my videos, go to any of my YouTube videos, click on the description, and the very first link, it says links and coupon codes. That has all my links and coupon codes on it. Or also on my website, shabazz420.com. I have a page that has coupon codes on there listed underneath of the vendor. So you could find it in my video descriptions or my website. That's where all my coupon codes are at. But my coupon codes for almost every company is usually Shabazz or Shabazz 10 or Shabazz 15. There's only a few companies that it's something different. And like Holy City Farms, my coupon with Holy City Farms is We Love Shabazz, We LUV Shabazz. There's a different company where it's like Shabazz 10 off or something like that. But just check my website or my video descriptions. In my landing page, I have all my coupon codes. Dr. AE said that Beliefer charge isn't for a box, it's for route shipping protection. Basically makes it so if your package is lost or yeah, and I recommend getting that. Not to say that Beliefer is not a bad company. I recommend Beliefer 100%. But Beliefer is not the easiest with customer service, and I don't mean that he has bad customer service or doesn't respond. Beliefer is just much, I guess a good way to put it is Beliefer just generally assumes that most people are BSing, and then they'll come to the conclusion if you're not BSing or not. As where there's some companies that just take your word for it straight off. You know, you could be like, hey, I didn't get my package, and they'll be like, oh, damn, that sucks, we'll mail you a new one. Beliefer is more like, all right, well, you didn't get your package, it says it was delivered, so you got to check your Ring doorbell cam, you got to call your post office, ask your neighbor across the street, did your dog chew it up? Beliefer, yeah, like Beliefer is not going to be quick to send replacements or refunds at all. So that $125 might be worth it if you got some porch pirates in your area. Lewis said, thank you so much. You are a blessing to those like myself who doesn't know much about CBD hemp flower. Thank you. Yeah, Lewis, that's why I make the channel. That's why all my videos are, you know, some people lately have been saying I talk too much on my videos. But I know that on every video I post, there's going to be a few people who watch it who that is their first time seeing anything about quality CBD flower. And so I try to explain everything along every step of the way. So if somebody new is watching, they're not going to be just completely lost, because I really want to be educational and informational. my channel isn't just full of like paid advertisements and like sponsor spots and stuff. You could go on a lot of other like hemp review channels, and pretty much every single video that they make is paid for because they won't even record a video without somebody paying their fee. And um, what that does, unfortunately, is it makes it so their whole video is just about promoting for money rather than genuinely, honestly reviewing something and trying to put out a good, honest, and informational opinion. And my channel is not. I don't charge companies. I don't charge companies to make reviews on their stuff. Pretty much all the other channels do. I don't, because I want everything to be honest, and not that I wouldn't be honest. Um, I just don't want that to cloud anything, or I don't want people to get the wrong idea and think that, oh, Shabazz charged this company, for example, Beliefer. Oh, Shabazz charged Beliefer $500 to make this video, so he's for sure gonna say something positive. I don't want that. I don't want that sentiment or thought to ever be out there about me or my channel. All my videos that you see are honest, they're unbiased, and they're not paid for. Um, Unless it's like a sponsored spot, which I've had like 3 times in the history of the channel, where it's not even ever flour or anything. It's like somebody sponsored me to advertise their jars, and in the middle of another video, I did like a 30-second sponsored ad for these jars. But that's their glass jars. I'm not sitting there lying to you and be like, oh yeah, this is the most fire thing I ever have. Y'all need to go buy it. Just no. So, I'm talking too much right now, as you see. I like to be very detailed. I don't want nobody to misinterpret me or my intentions. AFM said you spoke on side piece number 2 months back, which was a THCA of 2.5%. You later reviewed Gorilla from 5 Leaf, which was 10% THC. So when I asked you about the best low THC, I was wondering. Oh, okay, I get what you mean. But again, somebody saying low THC could be all the way down to like 0.5% of THC. So I think what you're meaning to say is like, what's the best mild type 2.5, which would be a type 2 that is still very much CBD dominant, but has more THC than your standard hemp flower. I haven't tried any, really. I haven't tried any in a while. It's the last type 2.5 I tried was maybe that OG gelato from Flow Gardens, and they didn't even release COAs from that, so I don't even know exactly how much THC was in that, but it did feel like it was probably maybe around 2%. That side piece though, that side piece is a hit. I definitely recommend the side piece if they still have that, what is it, like 2.3% THC or whatever. That's it. It's the effects are strong, but they are not so strong that they induce any sort of panic attack or anxiety or anything like that. You just get a little bit more of a heavier buzz than you get from a regular hemp flower. Oh God, let me mute this guy again. Y'all, just if any trolls pop up in here, just ignore them. All right. Oh, hold on. My comments just tripped. Okay. Andre Tidwell said, do you review marijuana? Look, there's no such thing as THCA hemp flower. I don't know how many times I got to say this. I made videos. I say it on my lives. Type 1 cannabis is not hemp flower. That is marijuana. There's there's no, hemp flower is high CBD, low THC flower. Any THCA that they just call hemp, they're trying to do it to keep for legal reasons. That's marijuana. and I don't review marijuana. If I ever had marijuana on my channel, it's for a very specific or special circumstance. But I don't review weed. Based World said, all right, Based World. He said, am I the only one who thinks WNC and these other places have found connects for B grade bud that can't be sold as medical, cashing it in as THCA bud? All the mold issues can't be coincidence. Where do you think they're getting it from, man? You look, answer your own question with a question. Where are they getting it from? You can't grow THCA flower because it's just weed. So these places are either growing marijuana, which that's not really a thing, because you could try to claim something as hemp all you want when it's by not decarbing it when you test it, but you can't fool it with the plants, unless you're way before harvest. So these, anyways, and WNC doesn't grow their own flower anyways. Just as an example, Arete, they don't grow their own flower. Black Tie, they don't grow their own. All these places that sell it don't grow it. So where do you think they're getting it from? They're buying weed off the street, or from a lot of it is like overstock, older stuff from like dispensaries. So they go to their local dispensary. A lot of them go to a legal state. Look, at this point in time, almost half the country, you can go and buy weed as an adult from a dispensary. So even if your state doesn't, the state next to you probably does. Unless you live in like the deep south. That's the only exception. But they just go and buy weed off the street. They send it in for testing without a decarb, and then they call it hemp and put it for sale. But there's nowhere else for them to get it. It's just answer. Yeah, where do you buy weed? You can buy it legally, you can buy it illegally, but just where do you buy weed? That's where they get it from. SSTHS. Oh, I've seen you comment before on a live where I like to say Siths. He said, they said, I personally come here for the detail. I'm glad. Yeah, I don't make videos for if you're just here for a quick thing. If you want to come and your attention span is 5 minutes, you're not going to get that on my channel, unfortunately. You're going to have to skip around. I like to go into detail. Melanie said, wow, or she said, woo, I finally made it. Oh, what's up, Melanie? I'm glad you made it. AFM said, for legal purposes, we got to keep calling it THCA. Some spots ain't recreationally friendly just yet. I mean, I get you, but look, let me just tell you this. If you get pulled over with that, right, you're on an episode of Live PD, and you're in Oklahoma, and somebody is in me, I'm watching you from California, sitting on your porch, and the cops pull up to you. It don't matter if you call it THCA flower or you say this is THCA hemp. When they test it, it's going to come back. All that THC is going to show. It's going to be a high THC product, and you're going to have to deal with those consequences that come with possessing a high THC product if you're in an illegal state. So that's why it don't matter what you call it. This is why I tell people it's not really legal. It's just weed. It's just weed, and these companies are taking a risk shipping it in the mail, which is like a felony. It's like a federal felony. So yeah, it don't matter what you call it when one time rolls up on you. The cat's out of the bag at that point. Michael said, props to you, Shabazz. I watch you because of your integrity. For honesty and detail, I can tell you are the real deal and not a sellout. Yeah, I'll never be a sellout. You could think I'm real or not, but I'll tell you what, I'm never going to be like these other channels that got the same 3 companies every day dripped in head to toe in their merch, telling y'all to go buy it and how good it is. That's never going to be me. Never. Sometimes I'll get an order of some flour and a company will throw in a free hat, a sticker, a rolling tray, a lighter, I have a nice little collection going of t-shirts from hemp companies, but you're not going to see me week after week after week with a Beliefer hat and a Beliefer shirt, reviewing everything from Beliefer, telling you how good it is. And my channel I'm just saying Beliefer as an example, but whatever, 5-leaf wellness, type 3, whatever. That's not ever going to be me. No. Dr. AE said, what other hemp reviewers do you suggest? I only watch you and Loner Mob. Loner Mob's the only other person I watch besides myself. I can't suggest you anywhere else. I can't, not to say that there's nobody else, but any other bigger channels, for the most part, and y'all, I stay positive. I don't like to put anybody down or hate on anybody or say anything negative about people, but most of the other hemp channels, they don't even show hemp flower anymore. It's all about like THCH live resin vapes and 10,000 milligram Delta 8 gummies, and then just swaths of weed from the same companies calling it hemp. And I can't recommend them. I don't watch them. I can't recommend you watch them either. Loner Mob is the only other person that I feel makes honest videos. And there might be some other people out there too. There's other channels that might have like 100 or 200 other subscribers, but they're low. They're a smaller channel for a reason. They got quality issues. They got audio issues. Or they just don't know what they're talking about. I noticed that there's a lot of people that try to start review channels and they get on and they don't have a clue what they're talking about. And so they don't ever go nowhere. But Loner Mob, he, like me, he's from the Cali marijuana scene. So he brings that experience. So, he knows what he's talking about. I feel like he keeps it real. And I don't feel like he's paid for or biased or anything. So yeah, unfortunately, I can't really recommend any other review. And that's not just to throw shade on anybody else or promote my own channel. It's unfortunate what's been happening, man. Everything is kind of like bought and paid for now. And what can you do? But obviously running this channel, taking all the time to film videos, edit videos, take pictures, travel, do all this stuff, talk on, there's all this stuff that y'all don't see, which is me talking on the phone with different growers, vendors, breeders, trying to get the latest scoop on everything, participating in pheno hunts, naming strains, giving people my suggestions, my ideas. All of this stuff that you don't see takes up a lot of time. So that's why I tell everybody, you can help the channel out by using my coupon codes and affiliate links whenever you shop. And it doesn't cost you anything extra. Obviously you can buy the merch. I don't try to pressure people too much into that, because obviously that's just you straight up going and buying stuff that I'm selling. But you could buy the merch. The people join the Patreon and you get more of the inside scoop. My patrons get to see what I, like when I get, like, I got some stuff in the mail today. I haven't posted on Patreon, but I'm going to. And I'm not going to tell the rest of y'all what it is. But my people on Patreon, they're going to see and get my initial like impressions and stuff. And then like I said, my new thing I've been doing, like, I don't know how long this is going to last, but Temu is giving affiliate credit to people just for them downloading the app and signing in. So if y'all want to help out the channel, do any of those things, or go use my code on my Temu video, or it's on my website or my landing page. Just click on that, download the Temu app, and sign in, and I get affiliate credit for that. It's that simple. But yeah, I don't, my reviews aren't paid for, so I have to support the channel financially in other means, more honest means in my eyes. It's Quack said, when I get my next paycheck, which strain of CBD should I cop from Belief? Or something good, something fruity, possibly, or something like. If you want something fruity, get the fruity pebbles. If you want something that's more dank and stanky, get the legendary OZ. But honestly, they got a lot of good stuff. Oh, another one of my favorites too, and it's not fruity. It's more of like a dessert type of smell. Is the critical? They call it critical cushies, but the actual strain name is critical berries from Zoe Therapeutics. That's another one of my favorites from Beliefer. Based World said, "Is that Christian rapper dude the same guy bragging about pharmaceutical abuse and claiming hate speech?" Oh man, y'all, I don't think he is. And you know the only reason I don't think he is because that dude from Reddit, that troll who is obsessed with me, has commented on my videos in the past. Like 2 years ago, 2 years ago, that dude from Reddit went on a before he started on Reddit, he started in my video comments. And he started posting these tirades in the comments saying the same things. And that's how I know it was him, because after he posted those comments on YouTube, he went silent for a little bit. And then like a few weeks later, he started harassing me on Reddit saying the exact thing, like the exact copy and pasted comments. And if y'all don't know who I'm talking about, if you're on the Reddit subreddit, if you go on the subreddit, Reddit, oh my God, if you go on the hemp flowers subreddit on Reddit, there's this user named Tranquil Cloudapin. And that dude is on the subreddit trolling every post, and especially any comment that I make, he goes on there and replies to my comment all types of BS. And I mean straight BS. Like, this dude is not mentally well. Like, you could tell this person is not all there. He's like schizophrenic or something. I don't know. But he goes and rants and rambles under my comments, accuses me of hate speech. And then when people ask him for proof, he can't provide the proof. But then I always tell people, like, I have the screenshot from when, because this guy got me banned from Reddit. I'm back on Reddit because they lifted my ban. Thank God. But this person got me banned from Reddit. They went crazy reporting everything, reporting it for illegal sales, that I'm trying to sell cannabis on Reddit. Reporting. And actually the thing that they finally reported that got me banned from Reddit was this dude. I got fed up with it. This guy is commenting on every comment I'm making on the subreddit. It has nothing to do with this person. And I finally snapped and I said, I'm like, you are delusional. Leave me alone. Go. I said something about your drug abuse has clouded your mind. And he reported that comment like all my other ones, and I guess that was enough for somebody, a Reddit admin, to ban my account. Not for hate speech, but for harassment. And I have the screenshots to prove this, if anybody don't believe me. I have the screenshots to prove it. That was a comment I made. Not where it was. I said something about, dude. I said GTFO. You're delusional. Or I said GTFO. Your drug abuse has made you delusional. You know, whatever. I got so sick and tired of this dude trolling me. And if you're on Reddit, you've seen him. You already know what I'm talking about. And thank God, I appealed my ban, and it took like 2 months, but Reddit finally saw it, and they lifted my ban, because I told them, I said I was a victim of harassment. I lost my cool and replied with something less than savory, but there was no hate speech. That guy can't prove it, and I can, for a reason, because they are delusional. All right. I wish I don't. There's no moderation on the subreddit. Otherwise, that guy would have been banned a long time ago. He's a major troll. If y'all ever see that Tranquil Cloudapin, just downvote his stuff. If he's trolling or whatever, send a report to the mod. Hopefully, somebody will eventually ban him off the subreddit, because he is an eyesore. This dude said marijuana is legal nowadays, even in most southern states. It is illegal in most of Texas and Georgia, Kentucky, and Tennessee. But everywhere else in the South has at least medicinal. Yeah. I think most states now have a medicinal program and like half are recreational. We're getting there, y'all. Every year we get a couple states on board. So just give it a few more years and we're going to have all states recreational. It's going to get to the point. This is what I think is going to happen. I don't think that the government is ever going to outright just delist cannabis anytime soon. I think what's going to happen is we're going to get the vast majority of states are legal, and there's just a complete stoppage of the enforcement of laws until sometime in the future, 10, 15 years from now, they finally delist it. But what I think is just going to happen is that almost every state is going to go recreational, in the next 10 years. And there's just going to be a complete absence of law enforcement when it comes to cannabis, making it officially decriminalized and unofficially legal. Imperial said, is Fern Valley Farms a good company? I've only tried Fern Valley one time, and they were pretty good. It was I got some outdoor Bubba Kush from them like the year before last, and it was like Ellie Hu style flower. I haven't tried anything from Fern Valley in about 2 years. All right, so I can't give you an updated opinion. Boise said, Gengar OG, Fruity Pebbles, and Legendary LZ from Belief are really nice. Bubba Funk isn't bad either. Good effects, but prefer the other three. Special needs rapper. Let's see. How do I? Okay. Based World said, here in Houston we have, shout out to Houston H-Town. I want to go to Houston soon. There's a lot of culture. There's a lot of culture in Houston, Texas. A lot of legendary rap music comes from there. One of the best rappers of all time, Zero, is from Motown, south of Houston. So shout out to Houston. He said, many dispensaries are seeking THCA, but Houston is really taking advantage of the legality. Yeah, you know what? In Texas, I think it was in Dallas, not Houston, there's a company that the DEA recently raided because they were selling THCA flower and arrested both of the dudes running that company. Texas is not the state to play with that, to try to sell weed as THCA flower. The DEA is starting to crack down, all right? He said, I'm a Houston native living in the Midwest now. Yeah, shout out to the Midwest. Shout out to Illinois. Yeah, just ignore the troll. Just ignore the troll. I keep muting him when I can. It's only temporary though. Dr. AE says, Shabazz, you got to talk to the hemp flower mod. The problem is there's only one active mod on the hemp flower subreddit, and he's not active. He logs into the subreddit like once a week, if that. And so I'm sure by the time he gets on there, his queue of like reports and comments to approve is like pages long. And so I'm sure at this point he just don't even go through it. Maybe in 6 months when he gets to all the reports for this guy, he'll go ban him. But I messaged the mod myself. I said, can you please, I put a link to the dude, his comments. I'm like, can you please ban this guy? He's just trolling the sub. But the moderator of the hemp flower subreddit, he needs to either give up his spot or give other mods, make other people mods, because he obviously doesn't have the time to do it. So it's very frustrating. It's extremely frustrating. I don't know why that guy, I don't know why he wants to hold on to power in that subreddit if he's not going to be there doing anything, making any sort of announcements, interacting or anything. Obviously for like nefarious reasons, possibly, but I don't want to accuse anybody of anything or say anything. So who knows? It's Quack said, I can't find that critical strain. Where is it located? You talking about the critical berries from Beliefer? Or no, it's called critical cushies from Beliefer. The only reason they wouldn't be there is if it's sold out. Maybe he sold out. But otherwise it'll be on the website. Oh, Boise said it's sold out. Okay. Well, if you see that when it gets back in stock, I recommend that one. I think it's sold out right now. Violent Wet Dream said, like Floss always says, don't pay mind to the Meek Boys hating. Yep. Shout out to Flossie Carter. Flossie Carter that's a true OG right there. That's a YouTube OG. Flossie Carter brings the streets to YouTube. All right. I love Flossie Carter. I love White Shoes. Back at it again. All that. Yeah, y'all just gotta ignore that Christian rapper guy, special needs Christian rapper. He's a troll. Even his name is a troll. It's Quuck said, bro, y'all, I'm getting, not that like I have anywhere to go or anything, but I'm gonna end the live soon. I'm gonna be on for, I'm gonna answer the rest of the questions on here, and I'll probably get off. I'll get off within the next 10 minutes. It's Quuck said, bro, this Pink Panther 251 strain from Holy City is amazing. I haven't tried Holy City in like a cool minute, over a year. Holy City is definitely on my like want to try soon list. Violent Wet Dream said, yep, that shop is located down the street. Yeah, that Be Hippie shop. Yep, the DEA as well as the local police raided that shop and arrested the guys who owned it and charged them with marijuana distribution. And it's funny because the dudes who owned it tried to pull the whole THCA hemp thing. So I mean, it's not fooling nobody. And if you want to take that risk and play that game and risk going to jail, I'm saying for the people who are selling it, that's on you. Good evening, Miguel. You came in late. Yeah, I made a backup subreddit to the hemp flower subreddit. It's the same thing, but instead of an S at the end, it has a Z. And I made that to be a backup in case Reddit ever takes down the hemp flower subreddit due to the mod inaction. It's Quuck said, does Fruity Pebbles smoke taste like Fruity Pebbles, or is it just the aroma? And it tastes like the Fruity Pebbles definitely comes out in the smell most. In the vaporizer, it kind of has kind of like a nice, like of a more generic sweet taste. Some people, yeah, Boise said it tastes just as it smells. For me, different people have different results. It depends, your temperatures and what device you're using. For me, it tasted good. It didn't have such a distinct Fruity Pebbles taste as it does in the smell. Young Punks, and I'm back, baby. Shout out to Canada. Sith said, how do you feel about the butane powered vapes these days? You mean the crack pipes? Yeah, you're talking about the crack pipes. You're talking about the Dynavap and the hippie pipes. Look, if that's all you can afford, because I think that you could get a Dynavap for like $60. If that's all you got, then go. If that's all you got and you want to or need to vape, then absolutely go crazy. But if you can afford more than that, I recommend against it. If you could drop at least $100, go get you a Planet of the Vapes 1 or an X Max V3 Pro. Way better, way more convenient, just better in all ways, and you don't look like a crackhead when you're smoking it. Vaping it, I mean. MB said vaping CBD cartridges all day is so awesome. I found out because of this channel. That's dope. I'm so glad. I use a Terpsicle as my main vape. I haven't seen anything hit harder. I don't even know what that is. I'm sure that's one of those crazy chemistry looking things. Cosmic Dust says, do you think the DEA will ever crack down on all this hemp being over 0.3% total THC? I worry about that sometimes. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening, especially with all these people selling weed as hemp. I feel like they have, first of all, they got to catch up on all of the shady ass people that sold Delta 8, HHC, Delta 10. They was like packed with THC, very illegal distillates. I'm sure they have a huge backlog of those people to prosecute, and then they're going to start getting to the THCA people. So hopefully, yeah, I feel like hopefully they're too busy for that. Do you have a Discord? I want to be able to chat with everyone in here before the stream ends. The Discord, I don't have like a Shabazz Discord, but I am the owner of the Hemp Flowers Discord, which again, in all of my videos, in the video description, there's a link to the Hemp Flowers Discord. And in the off chance that link doesn't work, because I know Discord be like I always set the links to never expire, but they be like disabling the links randomly. So if the Discord link doesn't work anymore, just like DM me on IG or leave a comment on a video or something, and I will update the link. But the Hemp Flowers Discord, I haven't been on it in a while. I don't know how active it is. But that's where I direct you to if you want to do Discord. And if y'all want a Discord, go ahead and go get that popping. Go get on there. It's got a good amount of users. It's just there's not. Last time I checked, there was only like maybe 10 or 20 people active on there. So y'all could go crazy on there, get it popping. It's uncensored. It's like the Hemp Flowers subreddit. There's just no shilling allowed. There's no trolling. There's no BS. It's more tightly moderated. It's better. It's just people aren't very active. Yeah, I didn't. I said persecute instead of prosecute. That's why I'm like, I stopped. I'm like, oh no, this ain't the Salem witch trials. They're not chasing down the THCA people or the Delta 8 people to trial by fire. Sith said, random question. I'm gonna get off y'all in about 4 minutes. I'm gonna answer whatever questions are left. Sis said, random question, do you exercise your Second Amendment rights? Absolutely. 100%. I'm very pro second. I don't, I don't know what keywords YouTube be tripping about, so we're going to keep it at that, right? I'm very pro Second Amendment, and I'm very pro Americans having their Second Amendment rights, and I feel that everybody who is has the mental capacity to safely do so should. 100%. Those are two things I'm really gung-ho on, is cannabis laws, pro-cannabis laws, and Second Amendment rights. Those are two things that should not have, there shouldn't be any laws against either of them for the most part. Especially if you're a really constitutional person. But It's Quuck said, if you like, I can make you a Shabazz Discord. I've actually been thinking about making a separate channel on the Hemp Flowers Discord, which would kind of be like my own Discord, and it would just be like discussions of the channel and stuff on there. And we could try to get that popping. I don't think I would want to make my own standalone Discord just yet. I don't think my channel's big enough for that yet. When we get up there, maybe 15, 20K, we could have enough users where that would be worth the time. Right now, I don't think it's worth the time, though. Tuck and Roll said I was one of the best CBD YouTubers before YouTube brought the hammer. What was your YouTube channel? I may have watched your videos or seen your channel. And if y'all didn't hear me before, I'm gonna get off soon, and so make sure that you always use my coupon codes and links. You can always check out the merch. I actually recently added new merch designs onto my merch shop. I haven't announced it publicly, but there's new t-shirt, hoodie designs on there. I'm gonna try to add these hats if the price is good enough. That's what I'm struggling on, the price to quality issue with the hats. I had this one made as kind of a prototype, but there are new sweater and shirt designs on the merch shop. You already know you could check out my Patreon if you so like. But right now, what I really would love for y'all to do when the video ends or whenever, go to my last video, the Temu video. I have my affiliate link or my affiliate code. Click on the link, download the app, and sign in. That's all you got to do, and I get affiliate credit for that. You don't got to buy anything. If you want to buy anything, that's cool. When you sign in, you get a bunch of coupons and stuff, but just do that. That could really help out the channel. I get affiliate credit just for you downloading the app and signing in. And yeah, make sure Tuck CBD review. I don't remember you. I don't remember your channel. I might have seen it though. And y'all, yeah, if y'all want to get the Discord popping, in all of my YouTube videos, in the description, I have a link to the Hemp Flowers Discord, which I own. It's not a Shabazz Discord, but it is the official CBD flower Discord, and I own that Discord. So, yo, Patrick, what's up? I'm actually just about to get off, man. You caught the very last seconds, man. I'm about to log off. I was telling people about your flower earlier and everything. I wish you would have been here earlier. Michael said, is there a such thing as a test labs I could send my strain products for testing anonymously? I need to isolate. Anonymously? Like you don't want them to have your information? I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing. There are lots of labs you could send your homegrown, if you're growing flower at home, if you're making tinctures, edibles, if you're making vape carts, concentrates. There's lots of labs that service individual people. I don't know if you can do it anonymously though. I don't think I've heard of a company that will do that. But it's worth checking out though. Yeah though, y'all, I'm about to get off though. It's been 2 hours and 15 minutes, so just if y'all could, go do the Temu thing, help out the channel, make sure you always shop with my coupon codes. All of that stuff I always say. Just do all that. Yep, Patrick missed almost everything. My next stream, I don't know. I don't schedule these out. I just do them when I have the chance. So maybe in a week or two, I'll do another live stream. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna have to call tonight. It was about. Oh, sorry, Patrick. Yeah. I was telling him you're gonna drop. I'm gonna drive out or fly out to Vegas when you drop. So we're gonna make some content. Young Punk, hit him up on his Instagram. Type 3 on Instagram. And y'all could always, when I go off of this, obviously YouTube will make it watchable again, so you could watch this and scroll through and everything. I'm gonna get off y'all though, because actually now I have to go pee now. So good night to everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I love all y'all. All right, have a great night. Peace.